That's just gross. Okay, so, Rayman. Pretty fucking chill dude. The first Rayman was developed for the Atari Jaguar for some weird ass reason, but they also released it for the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. And DOS. I really liked this game. It was hard as balls though. It was a success, so they made a sequel which I also like, and then we got a third one which I didn't really play, but I freaking love Rayman Origins and Legends. But don't ever mention the Rabbids game to me, ever. But let's go back in time to around here. Not long after Rayman 2's release, Ubisoft thought it was a great idea to release their new animated series simply titled Rayman. And boy is it dumb. This happened right before the year 2000, so I suppose you could say that it was a CG animated series from the 90s. Yeah, that's right, Donkey Kong, you're not the only video game character to get that treatment.
Hey, did it!
But here's the best and most hilarious part about this show. They only aired 4 episodes. Yeah, it got cancelled in mid-season. And for whatever reason, I've been wanting to find out why. So for this video, we're gonna talk about all the 4 episodes of the Rayman animated series. Are we in for a great ride? Well, I'm always ready, as you can see. Let's go. Now before we begin, let me just mention that the only way I could get a hold of this DVD was to buy it from the French version of eBay, as it only got released in France. So imagine going through that site without having any knowledge of the French language and actually manage to order the only copy of the DVD. It was a journey, I can tell you that much. The case itself is all in French as well, so reading more about it was out of the question. I guess we've got Wikipedia. So in one way or another, this show was like an advertisement for Rayman 2, as it's supposed to take place during the events of, I guess, before the game, or I don't know. But the weird thing is that almost nothing in this show is related to the game, except for Rayman and Razorbeard. But even his role was switched to being a circus employee and is now a lackey of a completely new character and main villain, Rigatoni.
Rigatoni, ravioli, spaghetti.
So the first episode starts with this circus ship where there's going to be a circus show. They show all these random ass characters who are actually a part of the main cast, and then we got this fucking thing!
You need to stop! That thing is gross! Gross!
Okay, so this thing is apparently the most popular attraction to the circus, who brings in a lot of cash money bitches to Rigatoni. But being a villain and, dare I say, a circus? These guys are doing these shows against their will and are forced to stay in cages until the next event.
Poor Lackmack. He's so good, so funny. The people love him.
Okay, I don't know how, but they got Carolyn Lawrence, the voice of Sandy Cheeks, Cindy, and fucking Ashley from Resident Evil 4, to voice this chick, whose name is Bettina. So as you can see, Razorbeard has gone from being the menacing leader of the Robo-Pirate army into being a lackey of Rigatoni. He's ordered to try and force Rayman to do a bunch of tricks with his non-existing limbs.
If you won't do your own tricks, I'll make some up for you. Now, imagine I'm Lackmack.
But you don't look like Lackmack.
Billy West, what are you doing?
We better get out of here if we want to stay that way.
Yeah, you're hearing correctly. That's the one and only Billy West voicing Rayman, and he kinda sounds like Fry, but with a weird Boston-ass accent. It's like if Fry was wasted trying to convince his friends that he isn't.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get out of here. That's what we're gonna do. I freaking love you. Don't throw that word around. Thanks anyway. I had a big lunch.
Alright, so the gang is trying to come up with a plan to escape the circus until they find out that this thing apparently has super strength. So he bends the bars and they all manage to escape, cutting a hole into the ship so it descends to the ground. And now they're free.
Nice set of wheels. My friend here can fix your car.
I'm sorry, what now?
Your car.
Your car?
Your car.
The car.
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 Thanks for the car.
You're welcome. So the gang is driving their fugly-ass car around the city, but they've all become wanted criminals thanks to rigatoni, so the cop starts chasing after them.
Come to Papa. Uh-oh.
Thought we agreed never to let him drive!
Where'd you learn to drive? The circus?
Ha! The gang manages to lose the cop and heads over to a completely open park instead of just hiding. That's smart.
Final will and testament. Whereas I, Cookie Lover Ghetto...
Cookie Lover Ghetto? So while hanging out in the park, Flips, oh yeah, this is also a character, goes back to the car all sad and shit because nobody paid attention to the teddy bear she found in a fucking trash can. But as she's hiding in the car, it gets towed away because that was no parking space.
The car!
Wait, could you scream that again, please?
The car!
It's as if every single accent in the world is trying to say the word car.
Hey, no reason to panic, it's just a car.
Car! They now realize that Flips is still in the car, so they're trying to track it down in order to rescue her.
We'll find her. After all, she's in the car.
Stop saying car! Rayman decides to walk up to the cop asking him where they can find the impound, but since they're wanted criminals, Rayman puts on a disguise so the cop won't recognize him.
I'm new to your fair city, and I seem to have, how you say, lost. Well, actually, I think my car may have been, carried away.
So, after asking for directions, Rayman stupidly reveals himself to the cop, and of course the cop starts chasing him and the gang.
Police!
Okay, that gave me a chuckle. The gang manages to get on board the train and escape from the cop, and whoa! I wanna ride that! They catch up to their car, but there's really nothing that they can do, so instead they head to the scrapyard, which I guess is the impound, and that guy is still ugly, by the way. They all sneak in by jumping into cars that are being towed, but they also hook up the cops' car so that it enters the scrapyard as well.
Hey, where's my car?
Don't you mean your car? So like any scrapyard around the world, it has a huge hippo dino monster devouring all the cars, and it's about to eat their car along with Flips in it. By using his trademark powers, Rayman shoots his hand towards Flips and manages to save her. Just when they think they're safe, the cop shows up ordering the gang to put their hands up in the air.
Wait a minute. Where's the floppy one? Rayman rescue!
Well, he's dead. With all worries gone, the gang happily drives towards the sunset, which is actually a ledge leading to their deaths, so they're also dead. Nah, they're fine, they fell down through the roof of this abandoned apartment, so they decide to live there for now, but little did they know that the cop who has been chasing them all this time lives exactly right below them. So continuing with the story, Cookie gets a massive headache due to their neighbor cop making too much noise and he won't stop complaining.
Cookie's sick?
So what else is new?
Wait, did they change the voice actors for Bettina?
Maybe you have an alien living in your head.
Yeah, they did! Now it's Lacey Chabert, the voice of Eliza Thornberry. I swear, this show is just all over the place. I mean, you could replace Rayman with any other freaking character and nobody would question it. He's the only character from the games, well, except for Razorbeard, but he only appeared for just a few minutes. So they decide to take Cookie to the doctor because he's being a whiny little bitch, and there they throw him in.
Cookie, go bye-bye.
Fucking get out of my face. So they start doing a bunch of tests on him, and I kinda stopped caring now.
Tell me when you hear the tone. I can't hear you. There's a loud tone in my ear. Can you do something about that?
So when the doctor decides to turn into Google, telling Cookie that he's a psychopath when there's actually nothing wrong with him, he decides that Cookie should be sent to the nut house.
Not me.
That's how they get ya. Rayman and the gang are trying to come up with a plan to rescue Cookie, but the cop that has been chasing them arrives, so they have to hide. Seeing that he's going towards the elevator to visit his mom, who's apparently a crazy person, the gang follows him, hoping to find Cookie before the cop notices that he's there as well.
Sorry, just looking for a friend.
I just saw your friend. Yeah. He was here, and he said he never wanted to see you again. He was really mad.
So, the cop enters the room where his mom and Cookie are playing Go Fish, and he can't help but wonder if he's seen this Cookie guy before.
You see, Cookie?
You like cookies too?
Help me with this coat and I'll show you where they keep the cookies.
Okay. So the cop finally realizes the Cookie is one of the criminals, so they all try to escape from him. And you know what that means? A classic Scooby-Doo segment. The gang slides through the laundry shaft and manages to escape the nut house and drives off with no problems whatsoever. Except that Cookie's still complaining. So back at their home, they go back to their usual way of living while... Did you guys see that? The smoke randomly disappeared for a second. And did they fucking change the voice for Bettina again?
I know, but sometimes I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, now it's Cat Susie, the voice of Phil and Lil, Dexter's mom, and fucking Lola Bunny! Okay, so Cookie is in need of groceries, and they're checking to see if the cop has left his home before they can head out.
Yup, his car is gone.
Still figuring out if the cop really is gone, Rayman tries to come up with an idea to find out if that is true. While stumbling upon a hole in the floor, they install a periscope so they can spy on the cop.
Voila!
They see that he has returned home, but they also notice that he's carrying candy and flowers, so they suspect that he has a date. Realizing that if the cop actually does get a girlfriend, maybe he'll not bother Rayman and the gang as much as they already have. Are you trying to say that being in a relationship prevents you from doing your job? So it turns out that he actually does have a date, and it's ringing at the doorbell. So the cop invites her in and he's already starting to fuck up, stumbling on his words, shoving her away with her umbrellas, things falling down on her, food in the oven is starting to burn. You might as well just shoot her. The gang is still observing the date, and seeing that it's a disaster, Rayman insists that they all should go down and help him.
Hungry.
God damn it, get out of my face! Knowing the risk of getting caught, they decide to help him anyways, but they have to remain hidden.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Rayman, everybody. Realizing that they can't let the cops serve the food that he's made, they convince Cookie to cookie something up. So to the cop's confusion, he sees the food and decides to serve it, and all seems to be going well. Just kidding, he fucks shit up anyway.
Thanks for an interesting time.
With almost all hope lost, Rayman comes up with one last good idea.
Oh!
Ta-da-ta-da-ta-ta. Sorry for the date. Hope I'm not too late. The date went so wrong, so I wrote this song. These flowers are to make up for the sorrow. How about the movies tomorrow?
So I guess they managed to save the date in the end. All is well. So what about the next episode? There is none! These were all the 4 episodes. What can I say about this show? Honestly, it's really fascinating to me that they decided to make a Rayman show to begin with, and it's even more fascinating that it got cancelled mid-season. Only 4 episodes, while it was planned to have 26 episodes. You can see that they sort of tried making this a thing, but it's just a mess. It's very obscure, and like I said before, they could have replaced Rayman with anybody else and the show would be no different. But is it enjoyable? Not really, it's just... whatever, nothing special. I just found it interesting that Rayman even got a TV show. So, do I really need to use that? Nah, I'm good. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Give this video a like and hit that subscribe button, will ya? Thank you. While you're at it, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and perhaps even on my Facebook page, as I'll be posting news, updates, and other random I also just launched a Patreon page where you can support my work on a greater scale, so please check the page out. It really does help me out. Link is in the description. That really hurt my butt. Ow! I'm gonna do it again.